Hi, I'm Michael and this is California. And we made it to Friday, and California is still on fire. And thankfully, Hurricane Laura has been downgraded to a tropical storm. Our thoughts here at California go out to all those folks who are being affected by these natural disasters. But unfortunately, after another week of negotiations, we are no closer to a stimulus deal, and the prospects of getting a new stimulus bill before the end of September is getting razor thin. So tonight we are going over the new stimulus negotiation updates and why only 5 states have been able to pay out Trump's $300 extended unemployment benefits. Now this is your 5-minute nightly dose, so let's make this quick. But before we do that, if you like this information, if you find it interesting, if you find it helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. As the weeks roll on, we continually see Republicans and Democrats each scrapping it out to try to find a way to get one up on each other in the stimulus package negotiation. But there are plenty of things they both can actually agree on. Things like stimulus checks, eviction protections, and money for schools and virtual testing. But all the peripheral provisions seem to be getting in the way of getting something passed. But on the Republican side, it seems to be that they are at least moving towards a point of consensus. Senator John Kennedy, a Republican senator, said, "If we can reach consensus on a package, I am for putting it on the floor and allowing senators to be senators," end quote. And even Mitch McConnell recognizes that if Republicans can unite behind their newest skinny stimulus package, the $500 billion one, they may be able to force a vote out of the measure. But all that being said, McConnell has estimated that 20 of his GOP senators are not ready to vote on anything that is currently on the table. But being election year and being so close to the election, many Republican senators in battleground states will need to vote on something to at least show they are making efforts to providing assistance for pandemic relief, even if what they pass is not going to make it through the House. Of course, on the Democratic House side, they are sticking to their guns and not wavering past the $1 trillion lower compromise that had been proposed to Republicans a few weeks ago. The newer, lower-cost HEREOS Act would have a price tag of $2 trillion rather than $3 trillion as initially proposed. But Nancy Pelosi has described the current stalemate as a tragic impasse, even after the White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and her had a phone call to try to get phone talks going again. She said after the phone call, this conversation made it clear that the White House continues to disregard the needs of the American people as the pandemic devastates lives and livelihoods. In the phone call, Meadows had floated the idea of increasing the Republican offer to $1.3 trillion. But Pelosi rejected the only slightly higher offer, saying this is a debate about values and common sense, not dollars and cents. So despite at least the optics of making efforts to negotiate, the result is still the same, a country floating through the legislative doldrums through the end of the summer. This is all in the foreground of President Trump's executive order to provide an additional $300 extended unemployment benefits to Americans who are still out of work. But due to limitations caused by executive order and technical hurdles that many states will need to overcome, so far only 5 states have begun processing or paying out the $300 extended unemployment benefits. These states are Arizona, Louisiana, Missouri, Montana, and Texas. But really only 2, Texas and Arizona, have so far had the actual ability to get the money into the hands of their residents. Out of the 41 states who have applied so far, 35 have been approved, but most are anticipating that they will not be able to get the upgraded systems needed for their unemployment systems to get the money sent out till mid-September at the earliest or October at the latest. This could leave a lot of struggling families on their own for anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks, which is a long time right now when benefits are desperately needed. Overall, this week so far has been lackluster at best. Congress is still holding out until they can figure out how to best each other rather than negotiate in good faith. Likely, they're going to wait until the rock that is their stalemate comes into contact with the immovable object that is the continuing resolution vote that must pass at the end of September. This would leave many needy American families in dire situations. But in all this gloom, I'm still hopeful that our Congress and the White House can figure out a way around their politics to actually do something that is good for us all before it's too late. This has been your 5-minute nightly dose, and I hope that you found it interesting or helpful or at least useful. And if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. Also, we here at Carelifornia, we know health insurance. So if you have any questions about your health insurance, leave those down below and we'll be happy to make a new video or a new post as soon as we can. Now, other than that, I am Michael and this is Carelifornia, wishing you a happy, healthy day.